has been almost a year, I think, actually, since I last sat down and created a podcast episode and all that fun stuff. And I was like, hey, you know what? When in Rome, why not? Let's get started again. So to anybody who has been patiently waiting, thank you so much. I am back for now, we'll say. I don't know. I can't keep a schedule. It's really hard for me. I don't know why this is where we're at in life. For anybody who is new and who doesn't know me, my name is Claudia. I live in Southern Alberta, Canada, and I love to crochet. So this is a podcast all about crocheting. So with all that being said, I've got so many things to go through. This is not an exhaustive list of things that I have completed or anything, but I guess just some recent fun highlights that I want to kind of go through with you. So right now I am freezing cold. When I left you guys last, I can't remember if we had the puppy or not. He is no longer a puppy. He's on the couch here, but the dogs, I have 2 dogs again. For a while I only had one because one went to heaven. And so now we have 2 dogs. And so that's that. We'll see how it's going to go. This might be filled with interruptions. Who knows? All right. So I have a pile, and I say like pile with big P next to me, of all of the things that I would like to show you. So I will get started with things that are actually completed, because I think that's the easiest, and that's what's sitting on top right now. So first of all, I have this. This is just this will be the highlights of stuff that I like best that I have made this year. So this was a crochet along, and I don't know how to say the name at all. I will have it linked in the comments below so that you could also do this. This whole scarf took me 7 or 8 days, I think. Not that long. Sorry, I was thinking. It wasn't all that long. It was really, really well written, I think, in my opinion, with words, and it had a chart which I ended up following because I am a chart person. So I have definitely learned that this year, is if I'm going to follow pattern, I am a chart person. That's my fireplace making noise. Everybody's safe. So you start from this end here and you work your way this way till you get to the long part here. And then where do we stop? I think, oh yeah, I did. It stopped right at the yellow. And then you continue on and you do it this way. So this is a really interesting construction. I've never made a scarf like this before. So you can see that the colors are sort of like, they're pointy like this. So you do an increase here and then you do a decrease on either end so that you continue to get this shape without it getting like huge and crazy right away. And I really liked it. It turned out really well. It's mostly constructed with double crochet and chain. Every once in a while we've got a single crochet in there, but overall love it. And then the very last part of this is you create this little scalloped edge. I think I may have made a modification to this. I don't remember now. It's been several months since I have created this piece, but I think it did call for a scallop, and I think I roughly followed it, but I may have like kind of miscounted at the very end and not done something properly, which is kind of my standard MO. If you've been around here for a while, as I'm a big fan of the winging things. And yes, you get that. This yarn I purchased at the Millerville Market this year in 2025 in, a big thing of hair, yuck. It was sunny and warm August, I want to say, something like that anyway. And the maker is Cindy Marie Creates. I have all of the details of this stuff in my Ravelry page for this, which again, all of that will be linked in the description below in the notes. So that part is fun. And I've never used this lady's dyed yarn before. This is a 75-25 merino nylon sock yarn, regular, kind of like your standard sock yarn, but I absolutely love the colors so much that she sold. So I picked all these out myself. This teal one and this speckly guy here. These came as a sock set. So this was originally intended to be like the heel and cuff, toe, and main body of the sock, but I was just like, let's give her a go. So I used that, and then I picked this one because it matched the orange that went in here really well. And I know that these ones don't, like this one doesn't match, but I was like, well, they're within the same vein, so while they don't match, they do go together. This color is called, this one I do remember is called Larch Season, and it was released for the show, so that was nice. And if you have a chance to grab this lady's yarn, grab it. I love it. I don't know exactly what the base is other than it's superwash merino and nylon, if there's anything special about that. But yeah, this worked up amazingly. I did block this. I don't typically block my items, but when I was finished crocheting it, and we wove all the ends and all of that. Oh yeah, that was another thing, not a ton of ends to weave in. Once I was done all of that, I did block it because it was a really funny shape coming right off of the hook. So that was something that, yeah, definitely if you're not typically a blocker and you want to make this, which I do recommend, do so. Block it. I ended up blocking on the back of my couch because I didn't have anything wide enough. Another modification that I made to this was I used a slightly larger hook than the pattern required because I like it. I like stuff that has holes in it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, perfect. Turned it up. So that is one big thing. I have a series of toques also that I have made and worked on. I've got like fluffs in my nose. My bad. And everything's covered in dog hair because that's the story of my life. Remember several years ago, that was like a really big thing to have those toques where you'd stick your hair out? Well, I decided that I wanted one. So at my local yarn store, they were having a 25% off sale. So I picked this up. I believe it's Lang Yarns. I whipped this up in a day. I did not save the ball tag, nothing. So I used a hair elastic around there and I just crocheted a bunch of double crochets in there, and then I did a repeat pattern. And I did this in a spiral instead of a back and forth like I usually do for hats, of a 3 front post double crochets and then 1 back post double crocheted, and then I increased either into the back post double crochet or the front post here. So that's how you get that nice big. This is nice and big and squishy and I like it, and it doesn't squeeze my head too tight, and I really, really loved the colors. This isn't usually the color type that I go for, but it was so beautiful in the ball that I just had to have it. So I got that. Do I have any? No, that was it for that one. This other one this is a prototype that I was working on because I had seen a knitted one very similarly and I really liked it, and it looks ridiculous like this. It's just like this funny triangle. This yarn, gosh, all I can remember off the top of my head is that the color is called Sangria. I remember that. And the lady is French Canadian. And I bought this at the Fiber Fest in Calgary in April last year. And oh gosh, yeah, the lady's French Canadian is all I can remember. Again, I have all of the deals because this is so old and I'm trying to like go through the memory banks. We know that doesn't go very well, so that's that. Yes, so it is roughly the same construction actually as this. This yarn's a little bit thicker. This again is a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon sock yarn. This is 100% superwash merino. That I made this one, and the yarn itself is a little bit thicker. And I used a 4mm on this. This one is either 3.5 or 3.75. Anyway, I saw a knitted toque that I liked like this. I wanted one, but I don't know how to knit. So I crocheted my own version. And this one, you can flip the bottom up. And also, okay, so I left this long tag so that I know where the back is. So that's bad for me. But you can flip it up so it's like one of those little shorty guys like that. But I like to wear it kind of like tall and cat adjacent, I would say. So it fits really nice. Again, it's got nice stretch that way. Same thing is that I think that I crocheted, or I chained 20, and then I did a series of 3 and 1, again, front post, back post, double crochet here, and then you increase in the back post first, then the front post and all that to get this. So it ends up being a 5x3 ribbing in here. But I love how it turned out. It's a titch long. I think if I had stopped it at about here instead, I think it would be like chef's kiss. It would be perfect. But regardless of that, and I could pull it back because again, like I left the tag and I have not washed this yet. So I could pull it back, but I don't know. I'm a little bit scared that I will like it less if I pull it back and then have to redo it all. So I just leave it because I do actually like it. Another one is, for years, I have wanted to have oh, heaven help me now, I can't remember. Oh, I want to say Battenberg, that's not it. That's okay. There's this kind of toque that you can knit, and it's a 4-point crown, and you make like a long tube, and then you stuff the second one inside. I've always wanted one of those, but I'm like, man, if you make that out of crochet, it's going to be like this thick. So I sort of had my own idea of what I wanted to do with that, And I created 2 different toques with this. Ooh, that's bright. So this one is, again, a sock yarn. I've been a one-trick pony this year. Almost everything I've made or wanted to make is a sock yarn. So it is a 4-point crown, crocheted in the round in the spiral. So again, not back and forth. It is completely constructed in front post double crochet. So you just go all the way around and you make the increases all on the same seam, which is what makes it the 4-point, because there's 4 of there. You could do 6 if you wanted. You could do as many as you want. You just have to do the math for it. And then at the bottom is front post, back post double crochet to create the ribbing. This one does not flip up. I mean, I guess you could, but it would be awfully short. And it ends up being 2 by 2. This, I made it for Christmas and I like it because it is beautiful Christmas colors. This one I have washed. It is very nice. I want to say this one was a Stella Yarns. Can't remember, but it's lovely. Very, very lovely. Just a nice standard little beanie, good thickness, keeps the wind out. It is, I love it. I love it. It's great. This one is for my kids. Again, same thing, 4-point beanie. This yarn is 100%, this one is 100% merino neon laying yarns now. Yeah, again, can't remember any of this stuff. I'm terrible. Once I'm done with it, I'm done. So yes, I made this for my children because they love bright colors. I love bright colors. So we have this. It looks a bit more yellow on the camera that I'm looking at, but it is like, it is neon. It is neon green. It's supposed to be neon green. That's what it said it was. And that's what it is. Again, nice and stretchy front post double crochet. I didn't put any ribbing on the ends here because the kids just, they want to put it on. So that's that. That is that one. And I love that. What else is done? Oh, I have a Christmas thing. I just finished this last night, actually. Well, okay, I say that with an asterisk because I put it on the tree and I'm like, I need some more. So our dog, the new one, he's a boy, so you can probably tell where this is going. He decided that the Christmas tree was his, and I needed to make a new Christmas tree skirt because ours is now officially ruined. I had made that, gosh, years and years ago. I hadn't been crocheting all that long, but I was like really starting to get into like freeform crochet, and when I could like make things up as I went along, which I would do all the time. So I did, and it was great. It was made of this enormous roving wool. Gosh, the yarn was probably about that big, about the size of a quarter. Just massive, great big thing. And it was all half double crochet that I made that out of, and it was great. But couldn't wash it because I tried one time and tons of the fibers came out, and I was like, oh shoot, if anything else happens to this, it's gonna have to go to the happy hunting grounds. So it did. So I decided to make this guy. This was based on a pattern that I found on Pinterest for like a capelet thing. And I mean, you could wear it as a capelet. Gosh, it's so cute. Just absolutely adorable. So what it ends up being is I made 6 of these granny, they end up being granny pentagon, no, help, penta something. It's not a square, pentagram, no, that's not it. Oh my gosh, help me, what is this shape? Anyway, this is going to bother me now the whole time. Make these. I made 6 of them. So you start out with a puff stitch to get this sweet little guy. And the original, it wasn't a pattern, it was a picture that I saw and I was able to figure out. This was red and this was red, but I like orange, so we went orange instead. And a lot of my Christmas tree decorations are orange. So it actually does fit in very nicely. Did this, then this is all granny till you get here, make all of them. Then I stitched all of them together into this shape. And then I started to, what did I do next? Oh yes, then I did all of these embroidered sprigs on here. And after that, then I added the orange border, then the white border, then the green, then the white, then the dark green, then the white again, and then I added this. But it's still not 100%. Yeah, it's still not 100%. Like, we're getting there. It needs to be a little bit wider. That's the conclusion that I have come to, is it needs some more on the outside here, but I don't know exactly what to do with that. I may put in some granny stripes again in the colors with more white. I have to go buy some, but we'll see. I haven't fully decided. It's not an emergency by any stretch of the imagination, so there, that is that. I also added, out of a little bit of the leftover yarns, these little ties, so I tie it onto the tree so it doesn't go anywhere, but it's so pretty. I really love it. Yeah. This is totally my style. This is like Claudia's Christmas, big time. There's that. Okay, now I'm on to stuff that I'm working on. I've been talking for 15 minutes. Oh man. Right. what I'm working on. What am I not working on? I'm working on so many things right now. I got this basket at the farmer's market that I got the yarn for that triangle shawl. These were purchased the same day. Got that. Well, there's my baby scissors. I've been looking for these for like a week. I haven't worked on this for a little bit. This yarn is it's a Caron cake, and it's called Flame, but I forget what kind of cake it is exactly. It's an 80% acrylic, 20% wool, which is good for mass-produced yarn, I guess. I don't know what kind of wool it is. But given that it's cold, I have one that has the label on it still. Yay, look at that. Oh, a macchiato cake, that's what it is. Caron macchiato cake I'm pretty sure it's Flame. Oh, Blazing Sunset, not even close. But yeah, isn't that beautiful? I mean, I could totally see why I picked it. Of course, I can see why I picked it. I was the one that picked it. Why do I say stuff like that? I am using a 6mm crochet hook, which is what the ball calls for. I'm going to put that over here for now. And right now, it is just a long sweater with a half an arm on it. It's not done. Just about done. I usually get to this point and then I get tired of it and I don't want to work on it anymore, which absolutely I'm there. I've got other stuff that I want to work on instead. So it is a raglan because, again, one trick pony. I love a raglan. This inside out right now. And it gets bigger at the waist. And then, so it's supposed to be fitted, which it is. And then it's got 1x1 front post, back post, double crochet ribbing on there. And it works up really fast. Like, that's the one nice thing is this whole bit probably took me about 4 days because it's just like, you're just trucking along. Oh, and the stitch is actually something I don't use all that often because most of you know, if you've been around here at all, I guess front post, back post, double crochet is this season's favorite, but I usually really like a linen stitch. So typically I would do a linen stitch for something like this, but this is a half double herringbone crochet. And it's hard. Kind of hard to tell from a distance, but it looks really, really nice up close. I think it really worked out. The half double herringbone crochet really works very well with solid colors, particularly when you have multiples of 2 rows, so 2, 4, 6, yada, yada, yada. You can do it otherwise, but it looks best in that fashion. So that's, I've used this one before and I liked it, but I just wanted something with a little bit different texture than my linen stitch that I constantly do. So I have to finish this. I am debating whether or not I want to put a hood on it. I have that whole ball that I just showed you plus this, and I'm not too sure if there's going to be enough to do a hood. I'm going to have to see. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hopefully will be able to report back soon that I have finished it. Maybe not soon, maybe like a month, but here we are. I'm going to leave this till last, I think. Next item is, oh man alive. Okay, I'm making a Christmas blanket, which again, in those same colors that I made the tree skirt out of. I guess if I didn't really want to finish this, I could make this a tree skirt. No, don't do that. Okay, this is all loops and threads. I've got all of it in this basket. I got this basket at the thrift store and it is great. It's actually like a diaper change caddy thing, but it works really, really well for these kinds of yarns. So I am leaving these in their skeins. I'm not rewinding them or anything like this. It is the Loops and Threads. Here, I'm gonna get this one better structurally. Loops and Threads Soft Classic Acrylic. It's 100% acrylic. Not a huge fan always of acrylic, but this is where we're at right now and it's fine. So I'm gonna use it. The colors that I'm using are, this is Sage, this is the light green, this is Leaf, this is the dark green. Make sure it shows up nicely. We got really great light outside. Well, actually it's like super bright outside, but hopefully everything that I've seen on here so far is turning out pretty true. This one is called Mushroom. Yep, Mushroom, and this is called Ginger. Lovely. I love them. I love these together. I spent quite a long time at the store putting colors together to see what I liked best and ended up landing here. At first I was looking at a more yellow, like that classic kind of like a fisherman Aran color, but I was like, it's a little warm and I'm not a big fan of warm colors. Like I like cool colors. So what I am doing with this is double crochet chain repeat, 1 row repeat, and you go into the same one, but you switch the stitches. No, you switch colors, not the stitches. Stitches stay the same. So you do 4 rows, then 1, then 4, and then you switch colors, 4, then 1. And I found a picture that I found a picture on Pinterest again that I made a scarf using this methodology before. And so the reason it is got all the blanket or got all the holes in it, has all the holes in it to go this way is once you're finished doing the stitching this way from the bottom to the top. So this will be about 5 feet by the time I'm done. Just about there, getting there. It's almost my wingspan. Then what you do is you take just three straight strips of the colors and you start weaving them in and out, and it looks like plaid at the end. So because I've done this before, I really, really liked it, and I think it will look lovely, and it will be our on the couch Christmas blanket. So I don't know if I'm going to get it done this year. I really hope so. The thing about this is that it doesn't take all that long to work up because of the chaining and everything like that. It does use a little bit more yarn than I thought it would, and the ball calls for a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm using a 5, which is tighter than I usually do. I usually crochet quite tight, so I like to go up a hook size typically instead of down, but I wanted to make sure that it didn't get that classic trapezoid shape that it can get, is where, and you know, you start like nicely and then you kind of get lazy. So far so good. It is turning out very, very well. And what else have I got here? Oh, one other thing that I'm working on is this yarn. This yarn I also got at the sale. Again, through the ball tag out. I don't know. I think it's a Stell yarns. That's usually what I go for. I mean, I've got more Stell yarns that I bought, but they're really put away somewhere, and I don't know exactly where they're at right now, so they're just going to stay there. But it is this I mean, I feel like you could tell why I would like this. It is just the most lovely, you know, yellow and turquoise and purple sock. So I started a sock the other night because I couldn't sleep. So this is where we're at. This is how far I went. This is it's like the classic sock that I use. I've made it so many times I don't even need to read the pattern anymore. From Be Hooked, I would recommend this if you are an advanced crocheter and you understand terminology and counting and all of that stuff. I like how I wasn't sure that I would like how the pooling is ending up, but I actually think it's fun. And once it's on your feet, like, who's honestly going to notice? I may actually end up giving this to my daughter. I made her a pair of socks with leftovers from the triangle shawl, and I spaced them out really far. The puppy's here. I spaced them out really far, so one is tighter than the other, and she was kind of complaining about that. She's a little bit sensitive in terms of things like that, so I may just end up doing this and just give this to her. So that is the stuff that I am working on. This is going to be super, super long. I'm really sorry. All right, the last fun thing that I got myself, and I think it's just because I've been like overwhelmed with life that I just kind of have forgotten about it, but I ended up, I've been working on this and it's going pretty good. This is absolutely stunning. So this is a bat of yarn. I actually saved something from this. So I bought this at the Fiber Fest in October. So this is a much more recent acquisition. This is called Equinox Eclipse, and this is 100% gray BFL by the Fiber Goddess. And this lady, oh my gosh, she was so nice. Here's the tag. If you want to go check her out, I would highly recommend it. Her stuff's beautiful. And again, I'll take this out of the bag so it's easier to see. She was very patiently answering all my questions and giving me tips. And she's like, you know, I don't want to tell you what to do, but here's a good idea what to do. So I listened to her and I appreciate it very much. But this is like my classic sunset palette. It's just beautiful. I kind of didn't want to use it because I knew what I was going to do and I was going to wreck it. And I did a little bit, but it's fine because I bought this to learn. And after doing this and learning some stuff, I'm like, okay, like I think I get some stuff. I get some stuff now. So why on earth would one want this? This is like the classic roving that I'm always complaining about. Well, also at the same show, I was able to purchase, if you were able to see it on the bag, this little, and I love it because it's wood. I love it. This is a tiny little spinning wheel. Isn't this adorable? This is the electric eel wheel, which is what EEU or EEW means, mini. So he's itty bitty guy. This is some of the yarn that I have made. Is it gonna focus? Hopefully. I really, really struggled about the first 3 days that I was doing this, and I couldn't figure out why I was having such a hard time. And I watched a bunch of video tutorials and the ones from the company on YouTube and everything like that about how to make this work. And I was getting really angry, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I think I just wasted like $80 on all of these things. But oddly enough, the thing that like kind of locked it into my head, I was watching, I think it was a reel on Instagram from Andrea Mowry from Drea Renee Knits, and she was doing like hand spinning with like a drop spindle in her lap. And I was watching her, how she would spin the spindle and then draft it, and then it would spin, and then she would wind it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, that's what I'm doing wrong, is I'm not puppies. I am not doing that. I'm not letting it spin and then pull and spin and pull. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to figure it out, and it was going really badly. Once I was able to figure that out, the yarn that I was working with here became much less slubby. It was like, if I pulled back way back into here, it is an absolute disaster. It's so ugly. It's so lumpy. It's awful. And I had to cut it, and I was so upset with myself for all of that. So I feel like I have got it much better now. I'm going to be rusty because I have been able to work on this for a little while. But I mean, I've got tons left. So I have this spool and I have another one. And the nice thing about this little guy is it comes with this little package of stuff as well. I'm just going to put this off to the side so I don't drop it on the ground. Also, this one thing that it came with was like so novel to me, and I absolutely love it. It's so funny. I forget where I was going with this. All right, here's the card. They make 3D printed ones now that are made of plastic, and you can get all kinds of accessories for them. I don't know if they would fit this one. I haven't looked into that. I am keeping it in this for right now. And I have this old Catholic book that I elastic it to so it doesn't go flying, which is what the elastic band on there is for. Anyway, this company is still in business. You can still get this stuff. Oh yeah, there's this spin. I'm not here yet at all. Comes with your wraps per inch, so you can see I'm running between just itty bitty, like 25 and 20, I would say. That's what I'm getting. It has the centimeters and everything too. So this is great. The one thing, oh right, okay, sorry. Now I remember what I was talking about. Oh, I turned 41, and I got like menopause or premenopause. It like hit me like a Mack truck. So yeah, this is my life now. I mean, it was kind of bad before, but it's really bad now. Anyway, one thing that I like about this, if I had a lazy Kate, we're getting back to the spinning part, is you would put this, but you put a twist in it so that it spins the other way, and it will wind your yarns back together with you. The thing that I find novel about this is that not only does it come with the plug-in, which is fine. I think, what is it, a 9 volt, that's what it is, that's right. But I could take this camping with me, which I know y'all are like, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It comes with this where you could put it on a 9 volt battery and take it with you. Isn't this incredible? I haven't tested this, so I don't know how well it works. I hope it works because I'm very excited for that. Obviously not hiking. I'm not gonna spin and hike, but when we're camping and sometimes it's raining, right? You just gotta have something to do. So that is my newest and most exciting acquisition of the year. I have only spun what you see on there. I don't know, other than yarn festivals, where to get bats from. And also, like, I don't know the properties of all of the bats. And, you know, like, I am still, like, ultra new. I could not answer a single question that you had other than it's made of wood for the machine and that you can plug it in and it's electric. I don't know any of this stuff. Which is why I would recommend chatting with the lady that I put her card up on the screen earlier, because she was very helpful and she let me know. Oh yeah, she had a whole section that was beginner friendly, and I was like, oh, okay, like, so tell me about this beginner friendly. Why would you say this? And she was talking to me about the length of the fibers and all of that stuff. And I was, you know, it's very, very interesting, and it was a lot to absorb. I will say that it was a lot to put into the memory banks, and I left that feeling very tired, which is a good sign because that means I'm learning. So yeah, I learned a lot that day, and I've been learning what I've been working on that all that fun stuff. So I've just about filled up that bobbin. I have another one. It comes with two. So here's an empty one on here. But I was wondering if maybe my husband could make me more. They've got these little, it's like just a PVC pipe here, and then they glued it somehow, or siliconed, I don't know, on there. And then it's got this little like drive wheel on there, because this end doesn't have that. So this is the end that the little drive train belt. There we go. It's belts. Drive belt. There it goes on. So embarrassed. Anyway, so I have another one of these to fill up, but I hope if I can learn as much on this one as I did on my first one, I'll be swimming. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Okay. I think that has brought us to the end of today. I've been buying stuff all year. I've been making stuff all year, been giving stuff away all year, all of that fun stuff. So all of that is, it's kind of like we're just picking up where I am at right now. And if I find anything interesting that I think I would like to share with you, I will share it next time. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you decided to spend some time with me. And if you have any tips or tricks or anything you'd like to chat about with me, just let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to have a discussion with you. And I know I've named the things incorrectly, because that's what I do. I haven't learned all the terminology yet and all of that. So, well, here we are. If you like this episode, make sure you give it a like. If you want to see more, give this a subscribe. I've got a whole bunch of old videos that you can watch as well. And I would love it if you tuned in next time. I will see you guys next time I'm on here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.